So while I would agree that there's not really cure-all medicines, though there's plants that are called cure-all, there's not really a cure-all medicine when it comes to natural medicine, natural health, anything along those lines. However, there are several plants that can offer numerous health benefits, and sometimes those benefits line up perfectly with demographics of people, specifically in this case, of course, perimenopause. So a lot of those plants we have combined into our perimenopause herbal formula. Today we're going to discuss one of those.
Introducing the Perimenopausal Bliss Podcast, a show dedicated to unraveling the mysteries of achieving optimal health naturally as you transition into perimenopause and menopause. Get ready to join your host, Dr. Seth Yates, an experienced naturopathic doctor, acupuncturist, and kinesiologist, as he shares his wealth of knowledge acquired from over 40,000 patient visits and 15 years in working with perimenopausal females. Welcome to the Perimenopausal Bliss Podcast.
Hey, I'm Doc Yates. Welcome to the Perimenopausal Bliss Podcast, brought to you by perimenopausbliss.com, ablehealth.us. And today I want to discuss a plant, and we're going to talk about 5 benefits from one plant, and a lot of them how they can specifically relate to female health, women's health, and during perimenopause. So this plant is not as commonly known, but in Chinese medicine it's been used for thousands of years, and it's called Bupleurum. So Bupleurum, this plant has traditionally been used for liver issues. So that's one of the main, they would call it liver qi stagnation in Chinese medicine. But what does that actually mean when it comes to your health? Well, let's get into it. I want to talk about 5 benefits that I've seen and used this for consistently for perimenopause from Bupleurum. So let's just get right into it. The first one, I've seen big changes with mood when it comes to irritability. In fact, the moment I hear a female complain about irritability and I find out that there's any cyclical nature to it, like it's related to their cycle or it's only been worse since they've been in their 40s and it's not because of a stress situation. In fact, a lot of times people have the ability to recognize they're like, I'm feeling really irritable and I shouldn't be. There's nothing that should be triggering me. I'm getting triggered by all these little things that normally never used to bother me. Bupleurum is going to be in that formula, guaranteed. Acupuncture is something else that works really great for that, and we do have protocols for that, but Bupleurum is definitely going to be involved in that formula. Same for point number 2. Bupleurum can benefit depression. They have found that for perimenopause and menopause studies, if there's an increase in depression, Bupleurum has been found to significantly improve that. And here's the nice thing. Unlike the antidepressant medications, Bupleurum did not have the side effects, such as, one of the main side effects for people with anti-anxiety medications and antidepressants is that not only do they not feel the depression, they just don't feel anything. It kind of just takes away emotion, which, if the depression is severe enough, that's good, but for a lot of people, they don't really feel joy either. Bupleurum does not have that effect. It also does not have the effect that it can decrease your libido, decrease your ability to orgasm, doesn't make you gain weight, doesn't make it so you're tired all the time or disrupt your sleep. Bupleurum does not have those negative effects. So you'd want to make sure you could try a formula first that contains this. Number 3, as I mentioned earlier at the start, is that this has always been predominantly a liver herb for Chinese medicine liver qi stagnation, but it also works directly for your organ, the liver itself. So it's been found to significantly improve liver detoxification, and they also have studies showing its benefits for cirrhosis of the liver and liver cancer for prevention and treatment. So not only are you improving your mood and improving hormone balance, you're improving your liver function at the same time. The 4th point, Bupleurum has been studied to show benefits for prevention and treatment for ovarian cancer. So while this is something that can increase your risk as you age, you can be doing something at the same time that's reducing that risk. So to me, it's a no-brainer. If you're getting all of these other benefits, plus reducing a risk factor for a major condition, it only makes sense that you should be including it. I'm not saying you need to take it all the time, but build it into part of a routine. Number 5, adrenal support. So people always wonder, what's adrenal support? Is that like adrenaline? Yes, it's related. So your adrenal glands are the glands that really get taxed when you're under stress, and they can produce adrenaline and they can produce cortisol. When your body is under stress for a long period of time, eventually these glands, it's almost like you push them so hard that they fail. So what you want to do in those situations is support your adrenals rather than to continue to push them. So you want to make sure you're getting good sleep. You want to make sure that you're rested, you're getting all the nutrients that you need, but there are several herbs that can play a role for adrenal support, and Bupleurum is one of those. Other ones could include Siberian ginseng is a very classic one. There's a lot of the ginsengs have great effect for adrenal support, and you will find a lot of Chinese Chinese formulas combine ginsengs with Bupleurum. And while they don't use the term adrenals in Chinese medicine, they do talk about qi and energy that way. And there's an overlap with that. All right, we got a bonus point. Especially coming into the fall at the time of recording this podcast, but Bupleurum has also demonstrated antiviral benefits. And when you look at some of the old Chinese medicine stories about the foundations of this plant, it was used for recurring night sweats, and I don't mean from hot flashes, night sweats, I mean it from fevers. So fevers and chills, like recurring fevers and chills. Almost like we would kind of explain how malaria may have presented. But Bupleurum was shown in those early cases to show benefit for that. So it does demonstrate in studies antiviral effects. So not only are you reducing irritability, reducing depression, improving liver detoxification, helping prevent ovarian cancer, improving your adrenal function, you are also getting some antiviral benefits to improve your immune system all at the same time. So that was only one plant of the several plants that we have in our Perimenal Bliss herbal formula. That's only one of them. There's a lot more, and I'll be discussing those in future podcasts. I hope this was helpful. This is Doc Yates, signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to the Perimenal Bliss podcast. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and visit perimenobliss.com for more valuable information on how you can thrive during your transition through perimenopause. Join our community of like-minded women who are dedicated to achieving optimal health naturally, and stay up to date with the latest tips, tricks, and advice from Dr. Seth Yates. And we'll catch you on the next episode of the Perimenal Bliss podcast.